Hey everyone, Sarah here with Straight Talk with Sarah and William. It has come to be that day when annuals are going to be gone for the season. So one last look here at my pots in front of the house. They have seen better days. New Guineas here will be going bye-bye. And I'll be taking out this pot here. Be pulling out all the flowers along here. Although when the sun hits these moss roses, they're still looking amazing. I'm going to leave the dahlias a little longer, but I will be taking all the flowers out of the pots along the deck rail here. Might save that pot. Okay, so we got our annuals mostly all pulled out of our pots out front here. I did leave my black and blue salvia going because the pollinators really like that. And then here's a little peek down here at my self-seeded snapdragon that's been coming back for a couple years now. So we'll just leave these ones going until frost hits. Giant mound of moss roses are gone from here. My garden phlox are still blooming a little bit, but now we do have my asters are blooming back here, and the bees are all over it, so that's awesome. Giving it some last food here before fall and winter really sets in here in Minnesota. Then also have the sedum down here. Ripped out all the New Guinea impatiens out of this bed here. Left the Goldilocks or Lysimachia here. It is technically a perennial here in Minnesota in zone 4. So hopefully that all comes back next year and kind of fills in this rock garden a little bit more. We've also been doing some updates around the house here. So we painted the wishing well red again, so it's in a brighter color. And we finally got the hydrangea tree in the ground. Had to watch out for the irrigation lines that ran through here, and so of course the first spot we tried planting it, we hit them. So I guess it's always important to call before you dig. I also took some perennials that I had just in pots and sunk them in the ground here. So then next spring when we work on the big garden, we can just pull those pots up and then move them where we want them to be. But so far, the hydrangea is liking this spot. Also, my pot of mums here is coming along nicely. The red ones will be blooming here shortly. I left the perennials up for now. We're going to wait until we get a hard frost and kills them off before we cut them back. My black-eyed Susan there is still blooming nicely. So are some of my salvias. And we did leave this 3-tiered hanging pot of annuals because it's still looking very nice. And then this pot here we have by the back steps is blooming really nicely. The ivies are looking great. The kufia is doing well. And then the self-seeded salvia that I have is blooming very nicely right now. And we got some garden goodies here that I got from when I was emptying out the planters. So in the bowl right here I have dahlia bulbs. So you can bring them in, keep them in a cool, dry spot over the winter, like in a paper bag with some perlite or vermiculite in it, and then you can replant those in the spring. Also got some potatoes here from the sweet potato vines, so they are edible. Not the greatest tasting stuff in the world, but you know what? You could eat them. And my green onions are still growing great. Also, I left the dahlias around the bird bath here because they are kind of full of buds, and so hopefully we get to see those before a frost hits them. And we kind of got our last batches of tomatoes going here. So, looking sad, but we'll harvest these probably soon, let them ripen in the house. And did we just catch this on video, Jack ripping off a tomato? Yes, we did. Well, at least he's eating it. And we pulled out all the annuals out of here. We did leave this silvery Artemisia, I believe, It's a zone 5, but there is a chance with it being next to the garage, us being in the metro area, that we kind of have that heat island effect going, that they might make it. And the cucumbers are gone.
We're never going to get any tomatoes. We haven't gotten one Roma off that vine because the dog keeps eating them.
Yeah, that's kind of off your head there. And so as you can see, my bougainvillea is finally blooming again. Bloomed when we brought it out, and now it's blooming again here when it's ready to go in the house. My dipladenia is doing as good as it can be. And then here are the empty deck rail planters on here. And I did leave this one planter with the dahlias in it because this one is opening up here. So we'll take a nice close-up look at that one. So hopefully it finishes opening up before the frost kills it off. Well, anyways, everyone, thank you for partaking in our summer gardening updates. Be back with some videos of when I'm doing the spruce tips. So till next time, this is Sarah from Straight Talk with Sarah and William.